Good morning, and welcome to your AI Daily Press Morning podcast for April 12, 2026. I'm your host, Walter. We have several developing stories to bring to your attention today. Firstly, in Hungary, voters are heading to the polls to decide the country's future, with incumbent Prime Minister Viktor Orban's illiberal path being challenged by moderate conservative candidate Magyar. The election has drawn international attention, with concerns about the fairness of the contest and the potential consequences for Hungary's relationships with the European Union and the wider world. In the United States, a federal appeals court has ordered a temporary halt to the construction of a new ballroom at the White House, citing concerns over national security and the president's authority to undertake the project. The decision has sparked a heated debate over the balance between national security concerns and the need for transparency and accountability in government decision-making. Meanwhile, in the Middle East, U.S. naval destroyers have successfully transited the strategic Strait of Hormuz, marking a crucial step in efforts to clear the vital waterway of Iranian mines. The move comes amidst heightened tensions between Washington and Tehran, but Vice President J.D. Vance's visit to Islamabad for direct trilateral talks with Iran and Pakistan has raised hopes of a diplomatic breakthrough. We will continue to monitor these stories and provide updates as more information becomes available. Now, for the latest in social and cultural news, here is Barbara Waters.
You, Walter, and Nanshul and know what's right now. We have three major developments to bring you up to speed on. Firstly, in the ongoing conflict between the U.S. and Iran, face-to-face negotiations have begun in Pakistan, with officials from both nations meeting for the first time since the crisis started. The talks are aimed at finding a lasting solution to the 6-week conflict that has killed thousands of people and shaken global markets. In a related development, Pope Leo XIV has made a powerful plea for peace, condemning the ongoing war and urging world leaders to stop the violence and negotiate a path to peace. The Pope's words come as a fragile ceasefire holds, and his message has resonated with people around the globe. Meanwhile, we're also following a heartbreaking story from Ukraine, where a group of mothers and sisters of detained civilians have launched a campaign to raise awareness about the issue and push for the release of their loved ones. The human cost of this conflict is a reminder that there are many stories like these that need to be told. We'll continue to bring you updates on these developing stories as more information becomes available. In the meantime, we want to hear from you. What do you think about the U.S.-Iran talks? Do you think they'll lead to a lasting peace? Share your thoughts with us on social media using the hashtag AIDailyPress. Now for the latest in business and finance, here is Louis Riskweiser.
Thank you, Barbara. Firstly, the corporate credit landscape is evolving rapidly, with investors and borrowers needing to remain agile in response to shifting market conditions. Notable deals include CoreWeave's partnership with Anthropic, which has sparked excitement in the tech industry, and Morgan Stanley's launch of its Bitcoin trust, marking a new milestone in institutional adoption. Secondly, the AI chip crunch is affecting companies across the board, but CoreWeave's unique position as a specialized GPU cloud provider is reaping benefits. The company's deal with Anthropic has generated significant interest, with Evercore ISI experts reiterating their outperform rating and $120 price target on CoreWeave shares. Lastly, traditional financial institutions are expanding their crypto footprints, with Morgan Stanley's Bitcoin trust generating $1.6 million in net inflows out of the gate. MicroStrategy's executive chairman, Michael Saylor, remains bullish on Bitcoin, adding 3,000 Bitcoins to the company's stash this month, valued at around $330 million. These developments highlight the growing intersection of traditional finance and digital assets, as well as the increasing demand for innovative solutions in the tech industry. As always, we remind our listeners to do their own research and consult with financial experts before making any investment decisions. That's a wrap for this morning's edition of the AI Daily Press. Stay informed, stay ahead, and remember, a wise investor is always prepared for the unexpected. Now for the latest in science and technology, here is Carl Starman.
Thank you, Louis. The crewed spacecraft traveled over 1.3 million miles to the Moon and back, testing the capabilities of the Orion spacecraft and the Space Launch System rocket. With this achievement, NASA is now shifting its focus to the next phase of the program, Artemis III, which will see the first woman and the first person of color walk on the Moon's surface. In other news, a new Lego set commemorating the Artemis II mission has been released, offering an educational and fun way for space enthusiasts of all ages to learn about the mission. The set is currently sold out due to high demand, but will be available again in 30 days. We'll continue to bring you updates on the Artemis program as it progresses towards establishing a sustainable human presence on the Moon and beyond. For now, let's take a moment to appreciate the incredible achievement of the Artemis, the second crew, and the thousands of individuals who worked tirelessly behind the scenes to make this mission a success. Now, for the latest in sports, here is Howard Closewell.
Thank you, Carl. Firstly, in the realm of professional baseball, the Toronto Blue Jays are facing a challenging early season due to a wave of injuries affecting key players like George Springer, Alejandro Kirk, and several others. Despite these setbacks, the team remains optimistic, relying on their depth and farm system to navigate through this difficult period. Secondly, we delved into the world of mixed martial arts, where Josh Hokett's recent unanimous decision victory over Curtis Blades at UFC has sent shockwaves of excitement throughout the MMA community. This thrilling bout not only showcased Hokett's exceptional cardio and skill, but also positioned him as a top contender in the heavyweight division, with potential future matchups against fighters like Alex Pereira already generating significant buzz. Lastly, we touched upon the broader implications of injuries in professional sports, using the Blue Jays' current situation as a prime example. The resilience and adaptability of teams in the face of such challenges are crucial in determining their success over the course of a long season. These stories encapsulate the unpredictable nature of sports, where victories, setbacks, and the drama that unfolds both on and off the field continue to captivate audiences worldwide. Now for the latest in travel and human interest, here is Charles Curl.
Thank you, Howard. Over the past few days, we've covered several thought-provoking stories that have sparked important conversations about the world around us. We began by exploring the issue of trust in technology, as a recent report highlighted concerns about data breaches and cyber attacks. We then shifted our focus to the environment, discussing the impact of climate change on the centuries-old Char Dham Yatra pilgrimage in the Himalayas. The story served as a reminder of the delicate balance between human aspiration and environmental sustainability. We also shed light on a disturbing chapter in China's history, the one-child policy, which has left deep scars on Chinese society. The policy's effects go beyond demographics, with far-reaching consequences for the traditional Chinese family and the country's social system. These stories have one thing in common. They highlight the importance of responsible action, empathy, and understanding in shaping a better future for all. As we move forward, it's crucial that we prioritize human rights, dignity, and the well-being of our planet. We'll continue to bring you thought-provoking stories and insights throughout the day. Now for the latest in fashion and entertainment, here is Joan Streams.
Thank you, Charles. Firstly, we looked at the world of entertainment and the risks that come with taking chances in the industry. Our article highlighted the importance of being willing to take a leap of faith to make it big, but also reminded our listeners to stay fabulous and informed. In more serious news, we delved into the disturbing case of Charmaine, a woman who lost her life in a hotel room in Ghana. The investigation, led by BBC Disclosure, revealed a history of coercive control and manipulation by her husband, Eric. This tragic story serves as a reminder to raise awareness about domestic abuse and support those affected. Lastly, we touched on the upcoming BBC documentary, Charmaine and the Prophet, which explores this complex case in more detail. We encourage our listeners to watch and learn from Charmaine's story, and to remember that resources are available for those struggling with coercive control or domestic abuse. As we welcome spring, let's appreciate the beauty of nature and find ways to support those breaking free from their personal struggles. Stay informed, stay vigilant, and tune in tomorrow for more updates from the AI Daily Press. Now for the latest in nature and environment, here is David Attenacher.
Thank you, Joan. First, in the world of wildlife conservation, we have a heartwarming story about the efforts being made to protect our planet's precious ecosystems. Unfortunately, our top story this morning isn't directly related to conservation, but rather a breakthrough in cancer treatment. Researchers have made a groundbreaking discovery with allogeneic CAR-T cell therapy, which has shown tremendous promise in treating relapsed or refractory cancers. This innovative approach could potentially transform the landscape of cancer immunotherapy. In tech news, Apple has unveiled an upgrade to its AirPods Max headphones, featuring improved noise cancellation, sound quality, and deeper integration with the Apple ecosystem. While this update addresses some concerns users had with the original model, others may be disappointed that the physical design remains largely unchanged. Lastly, I'd like to take a moment to acknowledge our usual focus on environmental conservation and wildlife preservation. Although today's top stories don't directly relate to these topics, we remain committed to bringing you important updates and insights on the issues that matter most to our planet's well-being. Stay informed, and let's work together towards a brighter future. And that completes our morning podcast for today. Thank you for listening. Until this evening, I'm David Attenacher for AI Daily Press, the world's most unbiased news source.